Okay, so imagine, right, you're about to walk into this interview
Oh, yeah.
for your dream job, right? An import-export specialist in the global textile trade.
It's a big one.
It is. Big one. Exciting stuff. Lots of beautiful fabrics, intricate supply chains, connecting markets across, continents.
Yeah. Global.
It's global, right? But
You got to get through that interview first.
yeah, you got to nail the interview.
Yeah.
That's what we're diving into today.
Love it.
We've got this stack of resources from RoleCatcher.
Yeah.
Specifically, their sample interview questions
Oh, nice.
and insights that are tailored for import-export specialists in textiles and raw materials.
This is like having a cheat sheet.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's more than that, you know? It's understanding what the interviewer is looking for, how
Yeah.
to present yourself.
Exactly. So we'll also sprinkle in how RoleCatcher's AI tools can give you an edge in your prep.
That's important.
Yeah. So before we jump into the questions, let's set the stage. What does an import-export specialist actually do in the textile world?
Well, think of them as like the conductors of global textile movement.
Right.
They're the ones making sure that those raw materials, your cottons, your silks, wools, they transform into the fabrics and the garments that we see in the shops, in the stores.
And we wear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is a role that really needs in-depth knowledge of imports and exports, from sourcing and negotiating with suppliers, navigating customs regulations, documentation, all that jazz.
Okay. So it's not just about, like, having a passion for fashion.
Right.
It's understanding all those intricate mechanics of global trade.
Exactly.
And RoleCatcher's career guide even mentions, like, coordinating shipments, managing import-export documentation, ensuring compliance with all those international trade laws.
All those laws and regulations. One thing that stood out to me in RoleCatcher's insights is the increasing demand for specialists who understand sustainable and ethical sourcing. So it's not just about moving stuff, it's about doing it responsibly.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a really good point. It sounds like this field is, like, evolving.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's dive into some questions then.
Let's do it.
RoleCatcher provides 9 sample questions
Okay.
that are common for these roles. We're going to break down each one.
Yeah.
Starting with, this might seem like a simple one, but what motivated you to pursue a career in import-export of textiles and textile raw materials?
It seems straightforward, but it's your chance to make a first impression. They're not looking for a generic answer. They want to see the passion.
Yeah.
Your understanding of the industry, what specifically drew you.
Yeah. So connect your personal story with textiles.
Exactly.
Like, did a trip abroad spark your interest in global trade? Did you have a family connection to the textile industry? Something like that. I think RoleCatcher's AI can actually help tailor your answer.
Oh, wow.
To highlight, like, aspects of your background that resonate with the company's values.
That's good.
And the specific role.
Yeah. It's like having like a personalized scriptwriter help you craft your narrative.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to question number 2, which gets a bit more technical.
Okay.
What is your experience in sourcing and negotiating with suppliers of textiles and textile raw materials?
This is where you showcase your hands-on experience.
Yeah.
The interviewer wants to know if you can find those best suppliers, negotiate the best terms while maintaining quality, balance that cost with timely delivery.
So instead of just, like, listing off the companies that you worked with,
Right.
you want to tell a story about, like, a specific negotiation,
Exactly.
maybe how you secured, like, a great deal on, like, high-quality silk from a supplier in China or something.
That's it. And be prepared for follow-up questions. They might say, tell me about a time a negotiation didn't go as planned.
Oh, yeah.
How did you handle it?
Yeah. They want to see you problem solve.
That's right.
Okay. Question 3. How do you stay up to date with the latest trends and developments in the textile industry?
This question is all about demonstrating your passion and commitment to the field. This industry is constantly evolving. New fabrics, technologies, sustainability practices all the time.
So you can't just say, like, I flipped through Vogue.
Probably not. This is where you showcase you're proactive, Do you follow industry journals like Textile World? Subscribe to newsletters like from the International Textile Manufacturers Federation? Have you been to trade shows recently?
Yeah.
Things like that.
RoleCatcher's career guide also emphasizes the importance of, like, circularity and transparency in the industry. It mentions certifications like the Global Organic Textile Standard.
GUTS.
That's the one. As something import-export specialists should be aware of.
Definitely.
So that shows you're not just aware of trends, you're actively seeking out knowledge that's relevant to your role.
Absolutely.
Okay, question number 4. How do you ensure compliance with import-export regulations and policies? This feels like make or break
Yeah.
for anyone in international trade.
Absolutely. The interviewer wants to know that you understand the legal complexities of importing and exporting textiles.
Like tariffs and quotas and...
Tariffs, quotas, licensing requirements, documentation, bills of lading,
Yeah.
certificates of origin.
So it's not just about knowing the rules.
No.
It's about systems and processes to make sure everything's done by the book.
Exactly. What software are you using? Checklists, protocols for verifying documentation. That's what they want to know.
RoleCatcher's AI can actually help identify potential compliance risks
Yeah. So useful.
based on, like, the country or the region that you'll be working with.
It's like having a compliance expert
Yeah.
on your team.
That is incredibly helpful,
Definitely.
especially for someone new to the field. 5. What is your experience in managing logistics and transportation of textiles and textile raw materials? It's not just booking a cargo ship, right?
No, it's not. You need to coordinate multiple shipments.
No.
Understand Incoterms, those are the responsibilities in international trade.
Yeah.
Negotiate with freight forwarders, troubleshoot any, hiccups that come up.
Right. So this is where you show off those organizational skills, understanding of the supply chain, and, like, how you handle pressure.
Yeah.
Maybe a time you successfully, like, resolved a shipping delay.
Right.
Or found, like, a creative solution. They might also ask, what's your approach to optimizing shipping costs without compromising delivery times?
They want to see you're thinking about efficiency, cost effectiveness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get into the human side of things.
Okay.
How do you handle conflicts and disputes with suppliers and customers?
Yes. Because this world, you're working with people from different cultures, different backgrounds. Misunderstandings happen.
Yeah.
You need to show you can navigate all that diplomatically, professionally.
Yeah. So it's not just about, like, being right.
Yeah.
It's about finding solutions.
Yes.
That preserve those relationships.
Yeah, exactly.
Give an example of a time you successfully, like, resolved a conflict. Maybe when a shipment arrived damaged and you had to negotiate a solution with both the supplier and the customer.
That's a good one.
What about this? How do you approach cultural differences in communication styles when negotiating with international suppliers?
Ooh, that's a good one.
This is testing your intercultural competence, which RoleCatcher highlights as a key skill.
Absolutely.
7. How do you ensure quality control in the import-export process? This feels, again, especially important with textiles.
Yeah. Think about the intricacies of fabrics, the color variations, textures, weaves, durability. You need a good eye for detail.
Yeah.
Deep understanding of those quality standards.
So they want to know you're not just checking boxes.
Right.
That you have a system for inspecting shipments, understanding fabric grading systems, maybe even working with, like, third-party quality assurance companies.
Exactly. They might even say, have you ever had to reject a shipment? Because of quality issues. How did you handle that?
Yeah. So give specific examples.
Yeah.
This is where that storytelling element comes in.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, last question in this set. How do you manage relationships with suppliers and customers? This feels like a culmination.
It is. It's showcasing your ability to build and maintain those strong, lasting relationships.
Yep.
It's about being a partner, not just a facilitator.
So it takes more than just, like, being polite.
Yeah.
It's understanding their needs, anticipating challenges, proactively communicating.
Do you ask for feedback? Do you go the extra mile to build that rapport and trust?
Talk about a time you maybe helped a customer source a specific type of organic cotton or assisted a supplier in navigating, like, a new customs regulation.
Yeah. Those little things make a difference.
Yeah. Okay, so we've covered all 8 questions from RoleCatcher sample interview questions. That was a lot.
Whirlwind tour.
It was a whirlwind tour. But before we move on, I want to touch on one more thing
Okay.
that RoleCatcher emphasizes, which is continuous learning.
Oh, very important.
This field is constantly evolving, so staying ahead of the curve. Are there any specific certifications or professional development courses you've considered? Like something related to sustainable textile sourcing or advanced trade compliance, things like that.
It shows the interviewer you're invested in your career growth, that you're passionate about this industry.
Yeah. You're not just looking for a job, but a career.
Exactly.
Okay. We've covered so much ground in this first part.
Yeah.
Tackled those interview questions, key insights from RoleCatcher's Career Guide.
And don't forget, those AI tools.
Yes.
Your secret weapon.
Be sure to join us for part 2 of this deep dive. We'll unlock even more interview prep superpowers with RoleCatcher, including how to craft a standout resume and leverage those networking features.
Can't wait.
Me too.
All right, welcome back.
I am so ready for more.
We're diving deeper into the world of import-export specialists.
I love it. Unlocking those superpowers.
With RoleCatcher.
Yeah.
We tackled those questions, but that's just the beginning, really.
Right. What else is there?
What really makes RoleCatcher stand out is it goes way beyond just the interview prep.
Ooh.
Let's talk about their AI-powered resume and CV builder.
Okay.
This isn't like those typical resume templates. This is next level.
I'm intrigued. I've used like those generic resume builders, and they always feel so impersonal.
Yeah.
So how does this AI make it different?
So imagine you upload your existing resume, right?
Okay.
And RoleCatcher's AI analyzes it along with the job description of the role you're going for.
Okay.
It then picks out keywords, skills, even like specific phrases that the employer is looking for.
So it's like a recruiter is in my ear telling me exactly what I need to say.
That's a great way to put it.
I like it.
It goes beyond just those keywords, though. RoleCatcher helps you actually quantify your accomplishments.
Ah, okay.
Remember those war stories we talked about?
Yeah.
This is where they shine. Instead of just saying, I'm good at negotiation, you can say, I negotiated a contract that saved the company 15% on raw silk imports.
Ooh.
You see?
Those numbers.
Makes a difference.
Right.
Make a huge difference. They pack a punch. And here's the coolest thing. RoleCatcher has this built-in scoring system, so it actually shows you how well your resume matches what they're looking for.
That is so helpful.
Right.
Because then you're not just guessing.
Exactly.
Okay. So I've got this amazing resume now.
Yeah.
I've practiced all the answers to these questions. What about networking? I feel like that's always so important.
Networking is key, especially in this global world.
Yeah?
Guess what? RoleCatcher's got you covered.
Really?
They have this network management feature that helps you organize and use those connections you make.
So it's not just like collecting business cards at like a trade show or something.
No. This is about building relationships.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher helps you keep track of your contacts, schedule follow-ups, even see who in your network might have connections at, the companies you're interested in.
So it's like CRM.
Exactly. A personal CRM for your career.
I love it.
And speaking of connections, let's go back to those career insights we talked about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't just about landing the job. It's about having a fulfilling career.
Yeah.
And RoleCatcher is like your roadmap.
Ooh. Ooh. I like that.
It shows you all the different paths you can take. Their career guide is in depth. It gives you information about potential trajectories, specializations, even salary expectations for different roles.
Oh, that's cool. So whether, like, I want to be a senior import-export manager one day, or focus on, like, sustainable textile sourcing, or maybe even launch my own textile company, RoleCatcher can help me figure out how to get there.
Exactly. They even have resources for continuing education, professional certifications, which can give you that competitive edge because this field is constantly changing.
Constantly, yeah. So it's like I've got this mentor on my phone.
Right there on your laptop,
guiding me.
Every step of the way.
I love that. Okay, so we've done interview questions, the resume building, networking strategies, long-term career planning.
We've given a powerful toolkit. Remember, though, the key is to take action.
Okay.
Don't just listen.
Yeah.
Go to RoleCatcher, start exploring.
Right. Put all this to good use.
Yeah.
Now, before we wrap up, there's one more thing I'm curious about.
Okay.
So welcome back to our deep dive into the import-export world.
It's been quite a journey.
It has. It has. We've talked about the interview questions, the career resources, networking. I mean, everything.
How to make those answers shine.
Yes. But is there like a secret sauce to making those interview responses truly memorable?
That's a good question.
Right.
I mean, there's no magic formula, but there are definitely ways to stand out.
Right.
One thing is authenticity. Let that passion for the industry come through. Let your personality shine.
So it's not about being like the perfect candidate. It's about being yourself.
Exactly. Showing your strengths.
Yeah.
Another thing is storytelling. Don't just list facts,
Right.
Weave them into stories. Show your problem-solving skills, your ability to handle pressure, your enthusiasm for this work.
Yeah. Like instead of saying, I'm good at Excel, I could tell a story about how I used Excel to analyze a complex shipping log and save the company money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI is so powerful.
Okay.
Imagine practicing your answers, and the AI analyzes your delivery, your tone, even your facial expressions.
Oh, wow.
It's like having an acting coach.
Yeah. But for interviews.
Exactly.
Okay. So we've covered so much.
Yes.
Interview prep, the career resources, the networking, how to make those answers amazing. What's the final takeaway for our listeners who are ready to, kickstart these import-export careers?
My final thought is embrace the global nature of this field. The textile industry, it connects all of us, from cotton farms in India to fashion shows in Paris.
Wow. Yeah.
And as an import-export specialist, you can be part of that.
It's a good point. It's not just about, moving those goods.
No.
It's connecting cultures. It's fostering those relationships and, contributing to this global economy.
Exactly. So as you go on this journey, be curious, be adaptable, and never stop learning.
And, of course, check out all the amazing resources that RoleCatcher has, your secret weapon for success in this field. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of import-export specialists.
It's been a pleasure.
See you next time for another exciting exploration of a unique career path.